Hello everyone, I'm Shuke Henrito from MGT 16 Business Ethics class, section B00. The class time is Monday and Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 12:20 a.m. So this assignment, we need to interview our parents about an ethical dilemma from their past and walk them through the eight-step model through their dilemma, determine if they would have done anything different after applying this model. And after this interview, we need to do the recording about the analysis and conclusion that what I'm doing right now. So let's get started. Today, I wanted to share a story about an ethical dilemma my mom faced while working in realistic consulting. This is a real example of how hard it could be to balance personal and professional values. So before I started, I wanted to provide my mom's contact information, which is Sandy at hkbattery.com, which obviously is her Gmail. So this project is about to understanding the ethical dilemma and how and using the eight-step model to analyze them. It helps us to learn how to think carefully and make better decisions. So let's introduce the dilemma. The dilemma happens during a business trip to Shanghai, China. My mom finished her work early and had some free time, so she decided to go to a Michelin star restaurant she always wanted to try. She already paid part of it since it requires the deposit, but but when the bills came at the end of after she had her dinner, she realized she left her personal credit card at the hotel. The only card she had with her was the company business card, which wasn't supposed to be used for personal expenses. She had to decide should she use the company credit card and pay the company back later or not doing that. Her core value always is convenience and professionalism. So highlighting the conflict, the problem was that using credit card for personal expenses were against the company's rule, but going back to the hotel for her card was inconvenient, and she didn't want to cause any trouble at the restaurant though. Now, let's analyze my mom's decision with the eight-step modeling. First one, gathering the facts. Here, all we know that my mom's finished her work early and went to a restaurant on her free day. She didn't have her personal card, and the company card was the only way to pay it. Using the company card for personal expenses was against the rule, but she plans to pay the company back as soon as possible. Second, define the ethical issues. The ethical issues was whether is it okay to use company card for personal expenses even she pay the money back later. The choice involved balancing honesty and practically. Number three, identify shareholders. The shareholders includes my mom, her employees, her employers, the company, and also the restaurant staff who need to pay to be billed immediately, right? Number four, identify the consequences. The consequence of her choice is if she used the company credit card, there's barely no one's gonna ask for it since it's just a little amount, a small amount. And as a manager, she always go out and have lunch with other companies' manager, which paid by her companies. So barely there won't be any huge punishment and no one's gonna notice it. But if she didn't use the card, she would have to explain the situation to the restaurant and going back to the hotel, which is kind of awkward and time consuming. So by the consequence model, we will use the company credit card. Identify the obligation in the fifth step. Her obligation were to follow the company's policy about the business card and also to act with integrity and honesty. By considering the obligation, she should not use the business card. In step 6, we're considering the character and the integrity. This steps asks what is a good person will do and what kind of person does my mom's wants to be. My mom's values honesty and professionalism, so using the company card didn't fully match her value, even though she plans to repay it. So by considering the integrity stuff and what a good person will do, she shouldn't use the business card. And step 7, thinking in a creative way for potential actions. We could think about asking the restaurants to wait while she got her personal card, or call her friend came to the restaurant and pay for it. Number 8, check your gut. Her gut feeling told her this is not the best choice, but it is the most easiest one. She felt not really good, but believed she could fix the situation by reimbursing the money to the company later on. Looking back, using the company's card solved the immediately problem but create a bigger ethical concern. By following the 8-step model, it is clear that finding another way to pay would be a better option for her and match her values and company's policy. By sharing my mom's thought, my mom told me this experience taught her the importance of preparations and following the rule, even in a small situation. She also think that to think carefully about the long-term effect of her choice though. By summarizing the lesson, the story show how small a decision can be a big ethical consequences. And also it reminds us to stay true to our value and think about the impact of our actions. Just giving a summarize. In my presentation, I talk about the ethical dilemma of my mom faced while working in realistic consulting. During a business trip to Shanghai, she finished her work early and decided to treat herself to a Michelin stars restaurant. While the bills come, she realized she left her personal credit card and hotel, and the only way she had is to pay by the company's card with her. So using it for personal expenses was against the company's policy, but she decided to use it anyway. I walked through the situations through a step model, which helped me to analyze her decision. And after that, we find out that um, using other alternative decision, for example, calling her friend or go back to the hotel to take her credit card, maybe it's a better choice though. This experience taught us both the importance of integrity preparation and considering the long-term impact when making decision. It also showed me how the two, like the X-step model, could help us to navigate the tough situation thoughtfully. This is the end of my presentations. Thank you.